Hello everyone, how are you doing? How are you feeling? It's been a while, but I hope that you are holding up well. Let me know in the comment box how are you doing, how are you feeling health-wise. Have you been on a journey to detox, to shrink fibroids naturally, or any female reproductive issues, and how is that going so far? Well, my name is Josephine, and my passion is to come here to encourage you, to empower you, to go plant-based in order for you to use food as medicine and to shrink fibroids naturally or any other female reproductive issues or illnesses in the body. Well, today I am here to tell you that I've finally taken up the challenge, and I have done the most requested video, what I eat in a day. Well, I went ahead and did what I eat in a week because I do meal plan for the week. So what I've done is I've shown you what I bought from the store, and I am also going to show you what I've finally prepared. I am not going to take you through the cooking process, but I will show you what I've prepared and how I plate these meals. If you have any questions in terms of you're interested to know how to prepare certain foods, just let me know in the comment box, and I will be happy to do a separate video on how I prepare specific foods if you're interested. And also on the side note, I just want to let you know that this is rest of your life detox. So this is how we consume our meals this is how we eat at home. It's not specifically just for detoxing, but this is the plant-based meals that we have just taken up as a family, because from the journey of shrinking fibroids naturally, obviously it just went down to, also introducing the rest of the family members to plant-based eating. Now, if you are on a journey and you really want to shrink fibroids, it's your beginning to research, and you're just interested in totally going detox, I would obviously go vegan, like plant-based strictly, because that is what I did in order for me to shrink 7 fibroids. The largest was 12 centimeter. I totally went vegan, and I was able to detox that way properly and reset my body, shrink the fibroids. And now I have introduced some meals, animal products such as wild-caught fish and eggs occasionally. Right now, I only consume wild-caught fish, but not the eggs, because my babies react with egg protein. I talk about this all the time. But I hope that this video will give you a head start, and you will see the kind of meals that I prepare at home, and you'll take up the challenge as well, and you can whip up some stuff in your kitchen. I know that I've not taken you through the cooking process, but you will see. I will talk about what I've put in the while I'm preparing the meals, what's in it, what is it, how I plate it. So you will see all that at the end of the video. And I just want to thank you so much for watching the videos, for the comments, for the questions, and thank you so much for the new subscribers, and also the people who have went ahead and bought the ebook as well, for that additional support. I want you to know that I'm very grateful, and I hope that it's working for you, and you're being consistent and patient and also determined to really make this a priority, because if you want to feel better, if you want to heal your body, you need to make it a priority. And if it's important to you, you will find time. You'll find time to make things that will work in order for you to use food as medicine. And I'm always here. I say it's not always just about the diet in order for you to shrink fibroids. There's so much that you can also work on, in terms of stress-wise, emotional issues that you might be dealing with, just finding your joy, that already just resets you to the right path, because all our emotions as females, we just take it all down on our productive area. So I just want you to work, think about the things that impact your daily life. Are you happy? Are you at peace? So those are some of the things to really look into. Some products that you're using at home, animal-based products. I know that fish is not the perfect thing, and eggs either. They all have hormones. But I did introduce fish because I was pregnant, my iron was low, and I've just continued to eat fish. I'm breastfeeding currently, but hey, I eat mindfully but joyfully. So that's my new motto. Eat mindfully but joyfully. I am pretty much a 90% plant-based, predominantly plant-based, and I leave that 10% for the fish and the eggs. So that is my story, and I hope that watching this video you will share with others who are on the same journey to heal their bodies with food. And if you need additional support, check under the description box. I do have links to my website that will take you to the ebooks that have exact recipes that I used when I was doing thorough detox. And I also do have a webinar. You can also book a coaching session with me, and we can chat and figure out a fibroid shrinking strategy. Well, thank you so much, and stay tuned to watch through the process of grocery shopping to how the things that I've prepared for the week, and also how I plate the meals. All right, enjoy. Welcome to the Fibroid Shrinking Kitchen. So I want to show you what I bought from the store, from the fruits to the vegetables to the grains I'll be cooking, and and to the grains and the protein. So breakfast is usually fruit salad, and I bake something. I usually go to a banana bread recipe that I have on the channel. So that's usually breakfast, Monday through Sunday. Saturday on the weekend, I can make some pancakes, but for the most part, morning it's fruit salad, and I change the fruits. So we consume variety. So as far as fruits, we got some tangerine this week. We got some kiwis, avocados. I love avocados. Some banana, and we're gonna have some apples. This is some plums. Everything is in season now, so it's great. We have some blackberry, raspberries, some mangoes. Mangoes are in season right now. Try to eat seasonal, organic if you can. And then I have some cherries here. Cherries also in season right now, so I'm just picking it up. I can use this for baking as well, but I think for the most part we're just going to have them in the morning. And if I need to bake something, I can take some from that. Okay, so I'm going to come to the juicing section. I also juice weekly, and for this week usually I put some carrots, some celery, and then a cantaloupe, but this week I'm just going to do something light and easy, delicious. So in the juice I'm going to have some ginger and turmeric. Then I'm going to put some of watermelon, some pineapple, and some cantaloupe. So that's all going to be for juice. That will be do separate. Then the other things I got for cooking, I like to use garlic. It's anti-inflammatory. It's great for just fighting off any kind of illness and boosting your immunity system. I also do have some butternut, so I probably will make soup out of this. So I usually make 1 or 2 soups a week, so this will be soup. I got some potatoes, regular potatoes. I will bake these in the oven, and then I have some of the red onions as well. When it comes to vegetables, you'll be a bit, maybe a little bit impressed as I am. These are from the garden. I just decided this summer to plant some okra, and this is the result so far. They're not all coming out at once, but I've been this is for the week, harvest for the week, so I'll lightly salted that. I'm excited because this is straight from the garden, real organic. I'm really excited. And then I have some cucumber and zucchini. We'll probably just cut that, eat them raw with hummus or any veggies on the side, just for cilantro. And then we have some radishes here. This is all going to be eaten raw, part of the salad. I will lightly salt the Swiss chard. This is collard greens. We eat that. And then I have portobello mushrooms. I will either salt these or make pizza. There's this pizza dough that I like. I will show you the pizza dough that I use for making the pizza. Okay, we have some string beans here. This will be sauteed. Watercress will probably eaten raw for sure. Then I have some broccoli and some asparagus. Usually I like to make soup with these two, but I decide I don't know what I'm gonna make yet, and that's what I do. I just go to the store, I pick some of the things, so I interchange. If last week we had different veggies, I just change it up. And then I have some I like sweet peppers, but this time I just decided to get these whole peppers, so I'm gonna use that as well. And this is the pizza dough that I'm gonna use with the pizza. The mushrooms I've shown you, so it's a cauliflower pizza crust. I like it, so far so good. Okay, when it comes to the grains, this week I will be consuming some quinoa. I soaked this overnight, so I'll just be boiling that with some coconut oil and some cumin. Delicious. And then I have some black wild rice as well. I soaked this overnight. I did also boil some beans, pinto beans. I'll be having that. And I also do have cod. I have talked in the channel where I've totally gone vegan. And then once I shrunk all my fibroids and then I got pregnant, then I introduced again fish, so wild caught fish. And right now the eggs are a bit tricky for me, so I'm off that. But occasionally I do consume, because I'm breastfeeding right now and my babies tend to react with the egg protein, so I slowed down on the eggs right now. So but I will make some codfish this week, and the beans, and so if the rest of the family members, I can boil some eggs on the side during the week. But so far that's going to be the protein for the week. Now, as you have seen, this is all my grocery shopping for this week, for the meal planning, for the Fibroid Shrinking Kitchen, and the whole family will be consuming the same foods that I will be preparing. I will not probably take you through the cooking process, but I will show you the end results of what has come out of all the things that I bought from the store. And then I will show you how I put it all together. But for the most part, I wanted to show you this part before I start cooking as well. Okay, so stay tuned to check out my meal prep when it's done. It will take me about 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours, but it's so worth it, because once I'm done, that's it for the week. I don't, other than if we decide to eat out once or twice a week, but once a week, usually we eat out on the weekend. But for the most part, this is it. All right. Voila! So after all that labor of love, this is what came out of the grocery list that I showed to you. So let's go over everything that I made, okay? So right here, I do have quinoa. In it, I soaked it overnight, and then the next day when I showed it to you, I'd already soaked it. So I just add some cumin, some garlic in it, and a little bit of olive oil. I boiled it, and that's it. That's it. Simple, but it tastes delicious with the cumin and the garlic in it. Delicious. So that's the grain and the side dish for the week. Then I have black wild rice here that I made. In it is coconut oil, some salt. I boiled it as well. I soaked it overnight. This is delicious when you add the coconut oil in it. So that's that. Then I showed you potatoes. I baked this in the oven, and I just put some red onion and avocado mixed with olive oil and salt and a little bit of oregano, and I made that in the oven. It's really delicious. Now I switch back. If you are on the level of detox where you thoroughly need to cut out some of these heavy carbs, I would recommend to just replace the regular potatoes with butternut squash, acorn squash, sweet potatoes for now, because I did my thorough detox. I've shrunk my fibroids. I do consume regular potatoes. I switch it up. So this week I made the regular potatoes, but I just bake it in the oven. So that's that. I've talked about also adding fish back into my diet when I was pregnant because of iron levels. I've continued to eat wild caught fish once a week or twice a week. So I just baked this in the oven, and I added this is codfish. I added some rosemary, some black pepper and paprika, and a little bit of sea salt, and baked that in the oven as well. So we'll be consuming that. Again, if you are in need of thorough detox in order to shrink large fibroids, I recommend to just remove these foods temporarily and go vegan. That's what I did. I was totally vegan, and then I reintroduced these foods when I was pregnant, and I did need iron, so I needed a little bit of boost from that, and I've continued to consume, but I eat mindfully but joyfully. So as of now, I'm consuming cod fish. I also make some patties out of wild-caught salmon. I switch back and forth between those fish. I try to just keep it wild-caught fish. Okay, so this is the mushroom. This is the pinto beans. I just use some of the leftover portobello mushrooms and green peppers and some salt and a little bit of black pepper, and I just saute that. It's really delicious. It has a really good rich taste to it. Sometimes I don't add the portobello, but it was a leftover from the pizza. I will show that to you. So that's what I did with the beans. So that's a side protein, high in protein. And I have the fish for the protein. And I told you I also eggs, but right now I'm not eating eggs. But for the family members, I will boil eggs during the week if I need extra something different to eat, if they need something. Now to the veggie section. This is the Swiss chard. I just cut it up, add some garlic, some onion, made it very simple, some olive oil, very simple but delicious. I lightly saute it so I just keep that green color, really high in vitamins and minerals. It's super good with also just cleansing your blood and keeping you high in calcium as well, and just keeping you feeling healthy. So I love my greens. You know, I play around with the different greens. I just don't stick with lettuce, and you know, there's so much more greens out there that are really high in vitamins that you should be adding into the diet. The string beans, this is what I did. I also lightly sauteed, just salt, honestly this was just sea salt, and I just lightly saute it. It's delicious. I keep it simple. This is the okra from the garden. I cut it up, chop it up, and a little bit of sea salt, black pepper, and just simple again, nothing too fancy, but it's delicious. Yeah. These are the raw veggies for the week. So this is cucumber. I just chop it up. As you notice, I put everything in the glass container. You know, I always talk about, you know, getting rid of the plastic from your kitchen. Keep that flavor, keep it healthy, store your food in the glass container if you can, please. Get rid of the plastic. So these are the raw veggies for the week, the peppers. So sometimes I go for sweet peppers. This week we're just gonna use these regular peppers. As you see, I've used the peppers in also cooking with the food, but I also use these raw. So now we will have a hummus on the side. You can dip that as a side dish, snack, or avocado. You can make guacamole and also just add that on the top. So eating raw is very important, and this is high in vitamin C, just boosting that immunity and just keeping you feeling well and detoxing your body at the same time. So definitely I recommend, as you cook vegetables, some veggies are cooked, some are raw, and you know, just keep it going. Radishes, washed and chopped nicely. It makes my life so easier if I do everything nicely and chopped. You know, I have 2 babies, and when I do this, I'm happy that there's food in the house now, and we just consume this. I just readily make my Buddha bowls. I mix it up, I switch it up, and I will show you how I would serve each meal. So this is radishes. We add that in the salad as a side dish as well. Okay, so the pizza, look at that. Look at that. And that is portobello mushrooms, my dear. It is not meat. I have not consumed meat in over 9 years now, and it's okay. I'm happy. I've made my peace. But this is the cauliflower pizza wrap. Then I have this potato. I make the filling, which is a portobello, then some onions, and some of the green peppers I used, and a little bit of garlic in there, paprika, just make it delicious, oregano. I have fresh basil. When I'm warming it up, I'll add the fresh basil on top, and it's just delicious. And this is cauliflower pizza wrap, less ingredients in it. I like it. It works, you know. In the meantime, when I'm not, you know, able to make my pizza wrap, I think it works. And then finally, The soup, I decided to make, instead of the butternut soup, I decided to use asparagus and cauliflower. I added some coconut milk and salt and turmeric and a little bit of curry in this soup. I boil it up, and then when it's ready, I just use my Vitamix to make this soup. Now this for the evening is really, oh, it's so good, guys. So as I said, I just make raw veggies, soup, I sauté some veggies. Now once I have this, and I have my 2 sets of the grains and protein on the side, now soup will just be something on the side. Like I take it like immunity shot, you know, because it's so full of just the vitamins that we need in our body to really stay detoxed and get rid of fibroids and any inflammation in the body. So it's just perfect. So as you can see, this is the preparation of Labor of Love and what we will be consuming this week. I will show you how I put it all together in the plate, how I would serve it. But I hope that this will give you head start just to see what we consume, what I cook in the kitchen, the Fibroid Shrinking Kitchen, because it's important how you eat. You eat mindfully but joyfully. That's what I've just come to realize when it comes to food, okay? So I will show you how I put it all together, and we'll start serving this food now. All right, bon appetit. Welcome to the breakfast table. Now for breakfast, I keep it simple. Remember the fruits I showed you I bought? I just change it up, you know. So let's say Monday I have berries, plum and kiwi. The next day I'll have mangoes, apple, banana with the banana bread. So I change it up, okay? It's all about adding variety into your breakfast. Now, this breakfast, this is what I do typically Monday through Friday. Even on the weekend as well, but I said, weekend I try to make it a little bit special. Maybe I can make pancakes or crepes or some scones, but still with fruits as well, okay? So here we have some berries, plum and kiwi, and the banana bread. The banana bread has obviously almonds, that's what I use. I use tapioca flour, and I use some walnuts in it, a little bit of flaxseed. It's vegan and it's gluten-free. And I also add some coconut oil, that's what I use, some salt, some baking soda in there. And sometimes I even add a little bit of plant-based chocolate chips if I want a little bit of sweetness. And then I use maple syrup or honey, but just a little bit, and it's ready. It's delicious. I play around with this recipe. I do have it in the channel. But this is my to-go-to because it's heavy, it's high in protein, it will keep me full. So I just consume enough, and I have it with my fruits and water throughout the day. So this is how I start my morning. This is my breakfast every single day. Of course, I play around with the baked goods as well. I try to still keep it gluten and vegan friendly for sure. And then I also play around with my fruits. I just change it up. And water throughout the day. Okay, let's move to lunch now. All right, let's move on to lunchtime. I will have a little bit of black rice and some of the beans, and I'll put some of the raw veggies. I have that watercress in there with some olive oil. If you have a little bit of dressing, olive oil and lemon in there, white vinegar, just mix it all up and just make light dressing, or just use simple olive oil. Then I have some of the radishes and peppers, and this is for lunch. I eat until I'm full. I just don't deprive myself. It's very important to eat to satiety. That way you're not craving other stuff, during the day. So this is it. So from that breakfast, then I eat breakfast early morning. If I'm craving, I'm a bit hungry before lunch, I can make a quick smoothie, and that would be like a banana, avocado, and a little bit of nuts in there, and that will keep me until lunchtime. But this, I'm okay with that banana bread. If I eat enough of it, I'm good until lunchtime. So this is lunch served. Now, welcome to the dinner table, guys. Today, for dinner, I will have something like this: a cod, a bit of the string beans, potatoes, and that soup. The uh, the broccoli and coconut oil and some the asparagus soup that I made. Sorry, I forgot that. But this is how a typical dinner looks like. After this, I just drink my water and I'm happy. Okay, another example of lunch for me is this, the pizza, the cauliflower pizza with mushrooms, some of the greens and some of that cucumber as well, that's raw. And then remember the juice, I told you that I was gonna juice the watermelon, the cantaloupe and pineapple. I added some ginger and turmeric, and this is usually for lunch. So every lunch, for lunch, I put a glass of the fresh juice. So this is what came out of it. The 2 glass jars and a little bit more on the glass. So this is a typical lunch, even dinner. If I eat dinner early, I can have this for lunch and dinner. So this is how I put the combo together. Okay, another lunch idea or dinner. I have some sauerkraut, so I make this at home. Purple cabbage, I make that. And then I have some of that okra, a little bit of potato, quinoa, and some beans. So this will keep me full, especially for lunch. If I'm up and about doing stuff and I'm eating this, it will keep me full. I can have this for dinner. Maybe I'll remove the potatoes if I don't want to be too full, and add a little bit of that soup on the side, the asparagus and broccoli soup. But this is also another meal idea that you can put together. So remember, quinoa is playing around with what I made to make different Buddha bowls. So you're having different flavors throughout the week. It doesn't even feel like it's same food, because you're playing around with it. So sometimes for lunch, I will remove that quinoa and put some boiled eggs for my family, because I'm not eating eggs right now. So that's something that you can alternatively do. But look at that. Or if you have lentils instead of beans, you will eat the lentils. It's all about switching it up, guys. Eating mindfully but joyfully. And I'm telling you, this food is, okay, it tastes really good though. And it keeps you feeling really great inside and healing your body. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's go to the next meal. Oh, voila. Now let's talk about simplicity and just detoxing and delicious. Now, this is just dinner, perfect. Lunch, perfect. Quick one. As you can see, a lot of raw veggies there. We have cucumber, the watercress, avocado. I love avocado. I add avocado lunchtime, dinner time, smoothie. I'm all about avocado life. And we have some hummus. I added some olive oil and a little bit of black pepper. Now I do go to the store and I make sure that the hummus I'm buying has good ingredients. I have made hummus at home as well, but it turned out amazing, delicious. But sometimes when I don't have the time to make my own, I mean, I can make my own, but all I'm saying is also if you get some good hummus from the store, you can hook yourself with that and just make it easy. And some of the green peppers. This is raw, but it's filling. Avocado, full of fat. Hummus, great protein, will keep you full. So this is something to go to. Definitely lunch and dinner, or lunch or dinner, whichever one, but this is it, and then some of the fresh juice over there. I mean, you eat this and you can't go wrong. Yeah, those detox, it's great for detoxing, shrinking fibroids, keeping you healthy. All right, next meal. Well, what do we have here? Cod, some of the Swiss chard, and some of the black wild rice. Look at that, yeah? The colors, it's all about the colors, sauteing lightly the vegetables. So this is another great meal idea for lunch, for dinner. It will keep you feeling full. As I said, in the Fibroid Shrinking Kitchen Club, let's eat mindfully but joyfully. And if you're initially detoxing and you really gotta get rid of those large fibroids, you will go easy on the animal products. You know, I totally went full vegan. This time I just have wild caught fish, and I know I will resume eating eggs eventually. But for now, for you, if you are totally vegan, you can omit the cod, because it's important to start the process fully detoxing. Then you can add some foods a bit later. But I'm only showing you guys what I consume right now, and I know that initially even my ebooks on the websites don't have any animal products in them, because that's exactly what I use for detoxing to shrink fibroids. So you can check that out as well. I have the link under the description box. But this is a typical lunch or dinner meal that you can put together as well. Yeah. Okay guys, now to our last meal that I'm gonna show you. By now you get the idea how I switch around the food, yeah? I just, whatever I've cooked, I just play around with it throughout the week. I add some stuff, you know, until the end of the week. Then, you know, the leftovers are always delicious too, right? So look at that, I have some beans in there, some avocado, potato, some of the veggies, raw veggies. I try to have something raw during lunch or dinner. But this is such an excellent lunch, dinner idea that you can put together. And it has some mushrooms. The beans have some mushrooms in there. Now, this is what I consume in a week. I change it up. I've shown you all the meals. I change it up, and I just play around with the food. I just make sure that whatever I'm eating throughout the week is something that is healing my body, that is good for me, because I use food as medicine, and I've continued to do that. And I just want to encourage you, get into the kitchen and just try to start small, make whatever you can make. Even if you start 3 meals for the week, you can add, you can keep adding to 4 meals, and you keep getting better at it, and you're efficient in the kitchen, and just keep making more meals. That way you have your fridge stocked up, and you don't have to worry about what's for lunch or dinner, and you're making sure that you're eating food with your own ingredients. You already prepared that, and no one, you know, can take that away from you, because you need to take care of your body, and you deserve to eat a certain way for your body to heal. If it's important to you, you will start taking those steps and action to really make those changes in terms of your diet to heal female reproductive issues. Well, thank you so much, and I hope that this will get you in the kitchen and cooking. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said, if you need additional support, check out in the description box. I have a link for to book a coaching session with me. I also have ebooks with the recipes, detox recipes that I used when I was thoroughly detoxing, and I was able to shrink my fibroids, 7 fibroids, the largest being 7 centimeters. And as always, be well, be healthy, be happy. And my new motto is eat mindfully but joyfully. And just remember that you are worth it, and healing your body is the best thing you can ever do, because, you know, if you want to live a life that is joyful, and a life that is fulfilling, and a life that is, you know, you don't have a lot of illnesses in your body and disease in your body, you kind of need to change how you eat. So I hope this video will encourage you to get started. At least this gives you an idea of what I consume. I'll try my best to do, you know, videos like this with other different recipes, just to give you an idea as well. And thank you so much for watching. Be well, be happy, be healthy. And thank you for being a part of the Fibroid Shrinking Kitchen Club. I appreciate you. All right, take care.